This is Tom Doody, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Doody in a Google search from my site. This is Slow TV. It's Friday. NYC Subterranean, 23rd Street. It's a local station for the C train and E train. Listeners, viewers, you'll also see a high-speed train pass without stopping. That's the A train, so it's express, although express doesn't stop for the A train. It's also local C and E, 23rd Street, Manhattan, 8th Avenue. Slow TV is inspired by, copied from, NRK of Norway. Listeners, please, if you wonder why I'm doing this, there is no logical reason unless you were to look at what the national broadcast station of Norway has done to adopt their idea of slow TV. This is the Metro. Metro is free newspaper. It's free to commuters, distributed locations, subway stations. Cover story is Do or Die. It's Rangers. Hockey has changed. My childhood. Hockey fans probably say it's changed greatly, but from what I see, the headline story looks like two players face to face with a referee holding back the New York Ranger. He looks like he's ready to fight Bilbula. The opponent. So anyways, my point isn't fighting. It's still the headline. So there's some great playing since my childhood. We had Wayne Gretzky skate his way into, I'm sure he's in, I don't know this, but they're unquestionably worthy of the NHL Hall of Fame. He probably didn't fight very much, but nonetheless they still have the cover here of two people facing off, not in a game of skill skating, but in a game of fighting. Page 2, or page, this page is covered. Page 2. Pot activist seeks to cure heroin addiction. Historic stoner wants to help heroin epidemic in Afghanistan. Heroin took away everything. They should have just smoked pot. If they would have just stuck to smoking pot, they would be just fine. I had misread the title. I thought that the pot activist was trying to cure his own heroin addiction. And that's not true. He's trying to help people on heroin. East Harlem, hunt for driver who fatally hit cyclist. Advertisement for, page 3, advertisement for Memorial Day sale. For credit, you can, basically Memorial Day's passed, and it's a banking promotion. You can't go get a loan on a holiday. Today's Friday. Why didn't they ask me? They wouldn't have put that ad in there. Page 4, learn how to protest at Left Forum event. Banking needs a spanking is the quote in the picture. Are your legs suffering from? I hate these ads. This one is about varicose veins. There's some really unsightly body parts. Sunset, how to see Manhattan Hedge this weekend in the streets. Listeners, this is fantastic. It is the weekend for, there is no weekend. I think it's tonight. This is Manhattan Hedge. New Yorkers stand in the street to observe sunset phenomena known as Manhattan Hedge. Tonight at 8:12. Listeners, my wife Hannah is working until 9, so 8:12 is definitely something I can. So I will do this. I will tweet some pictures. Manhattan Hedge. It's a made-up word combining Manhattan with Henge from Stonehenge. Manhattan Hedge. Tonight, 8:12. I'll be there. Page 4, page 5, page 5. No better time to buy than now. There's a bunch of suburb houses that just really seem like they're a long way from here. The trees are not mature. None of the landscaping is mature. Seems like suburban expansion from the 60s or 70s. Why that's in a New York City paper seems a little strange. You got to go really far to get a house like that, by my experience. Page 6, Greek Fair game. There's more varicose veins advertisements. Greek Fair game. Weekend transit changes. Listener, this is comical. It just, if you look at all the dots that represent the trains of the Manhattan subway system, and then you look at the ones that are having service changes this weekend, it's roughly a match in count. It's really hard to ride the subway on a weekend. Memorial Week sale lasts 3 days. This is for appliances like air conditioners and TVs and iPads, computers, portable washer. Portable washer. It's called Hands. This story is just unbelievable to me. Page 8. Putin blasts the U.S. over FIFA takedown. They are illegally persecuting people. I suppose he means prosecuting. Do not rule out the possibility that same goes for this situation with FIFA. Putin also said, the Russian president, America uses its own methods for their ulterior purposes. Okay, so now we turn into my editorial on Putin. President Putin. This is absolutely the dumbest thing he could do. Now, that is, unless he is privy to a lot more information than is what public. But he's probably not. The public knows that at least 2 people have been accused. FIFA people have been accused at least 2 years ago. So at least 2 people, at least 2 years ago, have been accused by the Department of Justice, United States Department of Justice. Those 2 people pleaded guilty and agreed to cooperate for lesser sentences. So 2 years ago, we've got insiders who are wearing mics, recording conversations. We've got allegedly a boatload of banking transactions in United States banks, which allows the United States to prosecute these crimes, even though the people don't have to be in this country. You can commit a crime in the United States with the United States banking system while never being in the United States. And yes, they are subject to prosecution and extradition, and may be extradited. I understand they can fight it, drag it out for a long period of time. So 2 years, you got people walking around with microphones, cooperating. They are insiders. They have pleaded guilty. you've got a, a case against many people. You know, a count of 12, I think now. 8 were arrested in Zurich. You got another 25 alleged co-conspirators that have not been named. An incredible case was disclosed by, last name is Lynch, Loretta Lynch, Attorney General in Brooklyn. And meanwhile, President Putin reads what I believe to be is no greater depth than what I have read on the FIFA story, and President Putin says it's all. He discounts 2 years of federal investigation that he knows nothing about, but he's just suspecting it's a problem. Unlike a lot of Americans, I do say favorable things about President Putin on occasion. This is not one of them. He is being stupid. Overweight men are needed for a research study on page 10. New York's ex-governor George Pataki joined crowded GOP field for 2016. We got another. I haven't. He's a Republican. He's a New York governor. He's a Republican. He's now a Republican candidate. There's a lot of candidates. Seize the Summer. This is an advertisement for Real Estate Institute. Breathe freely, live fully. An advertisement for Eosinus. That's with clear sinuses. You should be able to breathe freely and live fully. A full-page ad that looks like an editorial page, but it's an advertisement. It's for sunglasses. It's just hard for me to believe that that ad is effective. Moving on to page, I don't know what page, they quit numbering. Moving on to page 12. The Rock to the rescue. This is Dwayne Johnson. What a stud. Takes on Mother Nature in San Andreas. So The Rock, as he was known as a wrestler, is now in a movie called San Andreas. Streamer's Paradise. There's an ultimate streamers package. So listeners, this slow TV is live streamed. So in the event you want to hear this live someday, you can do that on my Google Plus page. It's hard for me to believe that anyone listens to it, and it's almost nobody listens to it so far, but it is not no one, and maybe in time someone will listen live. So this is Streamer's Paradise. You can get internet, television, and everything at home. Wow, $54 a month. And that's from rnc.com/diagonal NYZ Metro. Huge ad for One World Observatory. This is the observatory platform for Freedom Tower, Liberty Tower. So, looks beautiful. The weather is sure fantastic. So today is the first day of the observation deck of Liberty Tower, Freedom Tower. I forget what the name of the new tower is. There is more about San Andreas. Cameron Prose. Aloha says weird despite studio setting. Movie review. Lexington Medi Slim. It's an advertisement for weight loss. So they have the midsection of a young woman that looks like she's never had any weight to lose, with a tape measure around her stomach, her trim stomach. The ride is a tourist attraction that I've heard only great things about. You sit in the bus facing the side, and it's coordinated with people on the street. So the idea is it's kind of like a mobile Broadway show. I've heard it's great fun. As a pedicab driver, this is years ago, at least 2 years ago, pedicab driver, I would have passengers that did it. Of course, it might be attracted tourists. ride. I've heard great things about it. I don't think local people would get in there without an excuse. The tourists love it. Red Hawk Native American Arts Council Native American Powwow Festival. That looks like it's June 5th, 6th, and 7th. Aviator Sports Center, Brooklyn. Then there's Randall's Island Park, NYC. Want to go to Governor Island Ball? PayPal got your chance. It somehow combines Governor's Island with PayPal, something I can't quite understand. Halt and Start a New Company is on page 18. AMC 80s computer room drama with an all-new startup. That's on page 18. Ford of Montreal. Why are they advertising in this paper? PIAF under ANS. Vive La Mole. Edith Piaf tribute concert. Special guest Martha Wainwright. That's on the 17th. And on the 14th, Juliette Greco. Merci. It's French. Opening act. Baptista Hamon. And on the 12th, can't believe they're not in order, but it's the 17th and the 14th and the 12th. So the furthest one away is on top. Dumas, opening act, Fanny Bloom. And that's book your stay with us at francofales.com. Manhattan Podiatry Association. Thank you, Manhattan Podiatry Association, for sparing us the unsightly
Ladies and gentlemen,
images of body parts.
Downtown bound local train is now arriving. Please stand away from the platform edge, especially when trains are.
It's an interesting ad that has the Statue of Liberty here, but the Lady Liberty is gone. It's just the base. And it says that she has gone to go to a Red Bank promotion. So Statue of Liberty goes, we should also. Red Bank, River Center. Free food will have you hungry for more. Cucina de Pesce. Dinner with the Divas. Celebrity Inspiration Show, Lips. New York City Summer Music Festival. Here's vaginal surgery. Page 20. Get a free consultation. What? Vaginal surgery. That could include sculpting, laser hair removal, of course. And other, oh my God, you can get Botox on your vagina. I have one of those. If I did have a vagina, I don't think I'd be doing Botox. Maybe the hair removal. 1 hour pest control. Zoom, laser teeth, whitening. Okay. Clean Bandit gears up for Governor's Ball. Band member Jack Patterson reveals the one he wants fans to break when seeing them. These people are kids. The fun is here. And here is Hot Summer Fun Resort Casino. Mohegan Sun property. This is probably in New York State. No, it's in the heart of Atlantic City. Hey. We've got horoscopes, puzzles, going on to sports, hockey. Great partners will be there. Then the Knicks And there's someone from Ohio State playing. Looks like NFL. And then it goes into advertisements. But what I missed is the 5 things we need to know. I must have skipped a page. Back to the front. Readers, don't panic. Don't panic. It's not here. I'm going to switch to AM New York because they'll have it. Clever. The editors do 5 things you need to know. And it's fun. And it really is missing. This Metro is the paper. I thought it had it more reliably. Okay. I'm going to switch to AM New York. At least I thought I was. AM New York. I'm just going to skip ahead to 5 things readers need to know. Rent rage is on the cover. LaGuardia's makeover is a story here, and let me tell you, LaGuardia is a mess. It covers Governor Pataki. He's a former New York governor. He's now a Republican candidate. It also has the observatory opened. Maybe the 5 things we need to know is not on Fridays. It's the first time I've noticed that. I've never looked so thoroughly for the 5 things that we need to know, readers need to know, and it's not here that I can see. Nope, AM New York doesn't have it either, so the 5 things that I thought was in every paper is not in Metro or AM New York. Let me find something to read in a little more detail. Okay, I'll read this one. Federal lawmaker, ex-House Speaker, Hastert, indicted by FBI. Former House Speaker Dennis Hastert was indicted on federal charges, including lying to the FBI, related to an alleged effort to hide $3.5 million in payment he was making to a person to conceal past misconduct. To cover up misconduct. The Illinois Republican who left Congress in 2007, remember this guy, was charged with structuring. Yeah, he's a Republican. Was charged with structuring and withdrawing $952,000 in cash to evade the requirement that banks report cash transactions. Oh, $952,000, they must kick in at $100,000. So he walked out of a bank with $952,000. Over $10,000 in lying to FBI about his withdrawal, and the U.S. Attorney's Office in Chicago said each count of the 2-count indictment carries a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Hastert, 73, resigned on Thursday from the Dickstein Shapiro law firm in Washington, where he was listed as a senior advisor, and from the board of the exchange operation CME Group Inc., Representatives of the law firm and CME said Pastor could not be immediately reached for comment. According to the indictment, the unspecified misconduct involved payments to an unnamed individual who had been a Yorkville, Illinois resident and had known Pastor most of the person's life. That says about exactly nothing. Gave money to a person he was trying to cover up misconduct that he was engaged in with someone he knew a long time ago. That says really close to nothing. So this is the AM New York, and these papers are famous for saying something very close to nothing because they condense the news so much. So that's all we know about that. That's all the AM New York reported about Pastor, the former Speaker of the House. From what I understand, he brought himself just that night, like $5,000 less than the number that put him into the bank must report as suspicious transaction category, but yet they caught him anyways. It's the end of Slow TV. Watch another train here. This is the E train. Listeners, NRK is Norway, and they started Slow TV with a train ride. So this is sort of by chance, sort of intended that my version of Slow TV involves trains, but I'm on a platform, not on a train. The trains don't have Wi-Fi, the platform does. NRK of Norway is to credit for Slow TV. It's a really nice story, listeners. If you would click over to Google and type Slow TV, that's all you'll need to find some entertaining 2 and 3 minute pieces. The programs go on for hours. Mine here today is certainly less than 1 hour. I'm an amateur, and I have time on my hands, but I don't have that much time on my hands. There goes the A train. It's express, doesn't stop here. From NYC, subterranean, 23rd Street, underneath 8th Avenue. C&E platform. This has been Tom Doody, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Doody in a Google search for my site. Thank you for listening. Have a good day, good evening, or restful night's sleep. Ciao.